Hey guys, this is Brock Besser. I play for Vancouver Canucks in the NHL, and I grew up in Burnsville my whole life. I just want to congratulate you all on graduating. I know that through this pandemic, online classes weren't the easiest. If this happened for me when I was a senior, I probably wouldn't have graduated, but I just wanted to say congrats and hope you all have a great summer.
Class of 2020. In 2007-2008, I began my last year as an elementary principal, and I welcomed the kindergarten class at Sioux Trail School. As the years went on for them, they gathered friends throughout all the schools of our district. I wish them and you the greatest success in your years ahead. Congratulations.
Hi, this is Congresswoman Angie Craig here. Congratulations to the Burnsville High School class of 2020. You made it. While this moment may look a little different than what you imagined, you've demonstrated resiliency and adaptability, and that will serve you well beyond your years at Burnsville High School. Take this moment to honor your achievements. They are momentous. Before you leave this moment behind, look around to all those who have supported you, your teachers, your coaches. Be kind to your friends and cherish this unique time together as it brings us in this country together more than ever. You are the class that truly understands putting your friends and your family and others first. Congratulations, class of 2020. I can't wait to see what you accomplish.
Congratulations, Burnsville class of 2020. 62 years ago, as the first valedictorian of Burnsville High School, I addressed my fellow classmates. The message today is the same. Never forget BHS and your years with 191. This is where we received our foundation for success. I've been proud my entire life to acknowledge that I'm a graduate of this excellent high school, and I encourage you to be proud and acknowledge the same. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You are destined to be our next leaders. I am Janet Bond Williams, the first woman mayor of Savage. Thank you.
Hello, class of 2020. This is Kamal Martin here, class of 2016. I'm so honored to congratulate all of you on a job well done. You've been through ups and downs, and it's been a long journey, a long road. But if I were to tell myself back in the day what I could do better, it'll just be work harder. Just work harder, be diligent to your craft, and you'll get through anything that comes your way. With that being said, go Blaze.
Hi there, Burnsville High School graduating class of 2020. This is fellow Burnsville High School graduate and state representative Hunter Cantrell. I wanted to wish you all congratulations on your achievement in graduating from high school. I also wanted to wish each and every one of you the very best of luck in whatever you choose to do in the future, whether that is college, pursuing a trade, or taking some time off and working. There is no one defined path that everybody needs to take, as long as you continue to work on improving yourselves and pursue the things that you care about and the things that interest you. That is what's important. Now, I know that your generation faces some of the most difficult challenges in modern history. But I also know that through your passion, your dedication, and your hard work, you will be the generation who will build our country and who will create a better future for all of us. I encourage you to pursue the challenging things. Pursue the things that are scary. Because these things are the most rewarding. These things are the most fulfilling. Now, I know that unlike in years prior, you won't be able to have an in-person graduation ceremony or an in-person graduation party to celebrate your achievement with your family, your friends, and your loved ones. Please know that there are brighter days on the horizon, that this crisis is only temporary and it will not defeat us. So with that Burnsville High School graduating class of 2020, I know that this year is a little bit different, but I also know that you're going to change the world, that you're going to make things that for so long have been impossible, finally possible. Good luck, everybody. Take care.
Congratulations, class of 2020. We are all so proud of you and can't wait to see what you do on your next adventure. Enjoy today and hope you have a good time celebrating.
class of 2020. My name is Chase Roulier. I'm from the class of 2012. I just wanted to say congratulations on making it through high school. It may not have ended the way that you were expecting, but you're stronger as a person for getting through. A word of encouragement moving forward is just have confidence in taking your next step in life. No matter your situation, you've made it this far and are primed and ready to accomplish great things. Go Blaze!
Hi, my name is Scott Hume. I'm a member of the ISD 191 School Board. Just want to take a moment to congratulate everyone in the class of 2020. I know that you and your families have been looking forward to graduation for many, many years, and I'm so sorry we're not able to be there with you in person. While your class will always be the class that graduated during a pandemic, that will not be the only thing that defines you. In the coming years, I expect that you'll do many great things as we build a new and hopefully better world as a result of the current situation. Congratulations to each of you and best of wishes in the future.
Hi, I'm Darcy Schatz, and I want to say congratulations to all the Burnsville High School 2020 graduates. I'm sure this wasn't the way you imagined finishing high school, but it's a fact of life that you never know what's coming around the corner, and it's how you deal with those surprises that defines the kind of life you will live. Thank you for all you've done for the school, the community, and each other during your time at Burnsville High School. Whether you realize it or not, you've made an impact, and I hope that you continue to care for yourself and for others, and to make an impact on the world. We need you. Congratulations again on this milestone. I am so proud of you, and my very best wishes for your future.
Greetings, Burnsville High School graduating class of 2020. I am Elizabeth Couts. I'm the mayor of the city of Burnsville. You are the class that is graduating during a global pandemic crisis. Your graduation is different, but it is truly significant. We all need you to help us create a new normal for our society. This crisis has illuminated that a kinder, compassionate, and caring heart will help solve the vast systemic inequities we have in our world. Demand better together. This is your time. Apply your intelligence with kindness and compassion, and let your decisions and actions lead you to making a difference for our world. Congratulations as you embark on the next phase of your life's journey. Blessings with all of my love and care. Mayor Elizabeth Couts of Burnsville. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Burnsville Class of 2020. My name is Eric Miller, a director of the ISD 191 School Board. You've worked hard to arrive at today and you deserve all the praise. But today is not just about accomplishment, it also marks a point of change in your life. All of you will now travel paths that will be different than the ones you traversed for the last 18. For some of you, this change cannot happen fast enough, and for others, this is a time of trepidation. Regardless, I encourage you to not rush it, and don't be concerned. Life is full of change. Enjoy the moment. You earned it. Congratulations.
I'm Leslie Chester, 191 School Board member, parent, and community member. To our class of 2020, congratulations on your graduation from Burnsville High School. This marks one of just many more achievements and milestones that are ahead for each of you. I wish you all the success as you achieve your hopes and dreams. Congratulations.
Class of 2020, congratulations. You made it. And when I say that, I'm not whistling Dixie. The class of 2020 as a generation of young adults has been through and persevered more, I'd say, than any graduating class since your grandparents and beyond. So while it's not the graduation that you envisioned, it is truly historic. The class of 2020 is the most tried, tested, and resilient of modern times. Though socially distant from one another right now, that shared history is what connects you all to one another. From here, you'll go forward on your unique and separate paths. But after the things that you have seen and been through together, I have no doubt that when we look back in 30 years, it will be you, the class of 2020, that will most change the world for the better. Congratulations. Keep calm. Carry on and rock our world, graduates.
Hi everybody, Governor Tim Walz here.
And I'm First Lady Gwen Walz.
Congratulations, class of 2020. As high school teachers, Gwen and I know how important graduation is, and I'm sure none of you imagine putting on your caps and gowns in this manner.
You have a senior year like no other. There are many milestones that you missed. Your senior prom, enlightening lectures in English 12. I know, that's what I taught. Plays, concerts, games, and most of all, treasured times with your friends and your teachers in your school.
No one can take away what you've done. I know this again isn't the way you thought it was going to be, but you've earned the right to be here.
You're not going to be defined by the things you missed. You will be defined by your resilience and your commitment to each other and your community and yes, your world.
You're the generation who got us through COVID-19 together.
The graduating class of 2020 is the most digitally connected generation we have ever seen. You all deeply understand how to connect, support, entertain each other virtually and us. We have a lot to learn from your example.
Your creativity, compassion, and vision for the future are getting us through these dark times. We need your light to light the way.
So thank you and congratulations. Thank you for your courage and for your grace.
More than ever, you bring us hope. Good luck on your future, and congratulations, District 191.
On behalf of ISD 191 and the Burnsville High School staff, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 64th Annual Commencement Ceremony honoring the class of 2020. I'm Dave Helke, principal at Burnsville High School, and I will be serving as moderator for this evening's graduation ceremony. Before proceeding, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Minnesota Orchestra for playing our processional music. I would also thank at this time our program coordinator, Ms. Teresa Muser, our head custodian, Mr. John Solly, and his team, Ms. Pam Ryer, registrar, our administrative assistants and clerical team, our communications and Burnsville Community Television production crew, our school counselors, our many others for all their work behind the scenes to get everything organized. Additionally, I would like to thank all of our Burnsville High School faculty members and support staff for all you have done to encourage, support, and stand side by side with our 2020 graduates along their journey. Tonight, we will be honoring 567 graduates. Class of 2020, you have been patient, you have been optimistic, you have been hopeful, and you have handled this pandemic and how it has changed your senior year with class. Your accomplishments deserve to be celebrated, and that is the reason we are celebrating virtually this evening. Though we cannot be together in person this evening, do not let that diminish the pride and excitement of this milestone. Thank you for staying strong. Thank you for staying together. Thank you for being you. It is now my pleasure to introduce one of this year's senior class officers, Ryan McCondu. Ryan attended MW Elementary School and Eagle Ridge Junior High before Burnsville High School. While at Burnsville High School, he has been in activities such as the Black Student Union, where he serves as the communications chair, Student Council, Burnsville Strong, Youth and Government, Theater, Band Choir, Youth Service Advisory Council President, Burnsville High School Boys Lacrosse Manager, and also a senior class officer. Ryan has earned the Gold Presidential Service Award since his freshman year. Ryan is heading to the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point to major in math, secondary education, and psychology. Here to represent the class of 2020 by giving tonight's welcome is Ryan McCondu.
Hello, graduates, family, friends, and staff. Welcome to the Class of 2020 graduation ceremony. Well, Class of 2020, we have made it this far. We are officially graduating, and I can tell you right now, Everyone around you is so proud of everything that you've done and accomplished in the last 12 to 13 years. The teachers that have helped you in your classes. The friends that you would sit by every day in the lunchroom and in the classroom. And finally, your family members. They have been your biggest cheerleaders and have been in your corner since day one. These are the people that have helped you make it this far and why you are here today. It has been amazing what has happened over the past 4 years. We were the first class to come to Burnsville High School as incoming freshmen. We got to try the Success 191 classes. We also got to work with the new pathway system. It is amazing that so many students took advantage of what this high school has to offer. From activities, sports, and college classes. These are some of the many great things that we have taken advantage of coming to Burnsville High School. There are so many great things about this school and so much more. Joe Meyer would definitely agree with me on that. But sadly, there's one thing that has changed everything for a quarter of our senior year. We never would have thought that our chapter would have ended early. On Friday, March 13th, that was our last time walking together in the halls, taking that one final test, having lunch in the cafeteria, and so much more. We were hoping that we would be able to go back and finish what would have been left of our senior year, but sadly that could not happen. We are still hurting from the effects caused from COVID-19 and the things it took away from us, like our final season of sports, final activities, banquets, senior trips, and so much more. The things that hurt us are the things that make us stronger in the end. You are not alone. We are all in this together. Even when we thought we could never do stuff together, we still found a way to do so. We sacrificed so much to do in person, but we never gave up in finding a way in doing stuff virtually. Our amazing Future Teachers of America advisors made a virtual ceremony for the amazing 9 students going into the education field. My fellow senior class officer Munda Ben and myself worked hard on having a decision day through social media. My fellow senior class officers were able to still have a virtual senior week. The teachers sending us some amazing messages for some encouragement in our future. And even graduation, even if it meant being virtual. It is amazing how many people can still try to make things special during a crazy and unexpected time. It is amazing how we can still be close together no matter how far apart we are. This will be a story that will be remembered forever in history, and something that one day you can tell your kids and grandkids about. It has been amazing seeing a class stay strong in something that has been a very painful experience. Just remember, we definitely won the award for the longest senior skip day. Nothing could ever break such an amazing bond from the class of 2020. We are a class filled with all kinds of people from so many different backgrounds and so many different stories to tell. We are a beautiful community, a diverse community, filled with so much to offer and give to the world. Burnsville High School has truly prepared us for whatever curveball the world could throw at us next. We will definitely be ready for it. Whether you're going to college, taking a gap year, serving our country, or just going straight into the workforce, you're going to do amazing things in your future, and the world will not be ready for what you have to offer. When we receive our diploma, throw our caps up high in the air, cheer as loud as we can, and celebrate what we've done. Remember, do not treat this as a goodbye. This is not the end for all of us to be together. This is definitely a see you later. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. It is now my pleasure to introduce our first musical selection of the evening, performed by the Burnsville High School Concert Choir under the direction of Miss Jacqueline Schmeichel. Concert Choir is the premier mixed ensemble at Burnsville High School that regularly tours internationally, most recently in Italy and Puerto Rico. Concert Choir will perform a selection entitled In My Life by the Beatles and arranged by Steve Zagree. Ladies and gentlemen, concert choir.
There are places I'll remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better, some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends. I still can recall some are dead and some are living. In my life, I loved them all. Do 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 But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more, though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more.
Thank you, Ms. Schmeichel and concert choir. Prior to introducing our student speaker, who will deliver our graduation address this evening, I would like to take this time this evening to honor in memory two students who are no longer with us, Mohammed Hassan and Deanna Thompson. Though their journey with us was cut short, they will always have a place in the class of 2020. Our school community, each of you, makes Burnsville strong and recognizes the positive, lasting impact every individual has to the people around them. At this time, I would ask that we observe a moment of silence in memory of those classmates and others who may not be here this evening, but whose positive impact will last forever. Please join me in observing this moment of silence. Each year, seniors are invited to audition in order to become speakers at Commencement. A panel of senior class officers and teachers selected the finalists for tonight's program. The student selected to deliver this year's graduation address is Sean Flourish. Sean attended Ron Elementary School and Metcalf Junior High School. While at Burnsville High School, Sean was in National Honor Society, soccer, where he was captain for 2 years, baseball, Excel winner as a junior, Yale Book Award recipient, and math team member. Sean will be studying mathematics and statistics at UW-La Crosse this fall. His goal is to become an actuary, data analyst, or sports statistician and coach. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Flourish.
Welcome, class of 2020, to the first day of the rest of your lives. I'm going to be honest with everyone here. This is actually the second speech I wrote. My first speech was not great. I had started writing it 3 years ago, and as I was about to turn it in a few weeks ago, I deleted it. My goal writing that speech was to demonstrate what made the class of 2020 from Burnsville High School unique. Instead, I was just reading a bunch of TikTok and Vine references, which did not get my point across. So I deleted it and restarted, asking myself one last time, what made us special? I started at the beginning, started at kindergarten. Entering kindergarten, I was a very, very shy kid. I mean, like sitting away from others, not talking to anyone, kind of shy. But right away, my classmates started to pull something out of me I did not know I had. I quickly started to make friends, learn how to interact with others, and socialize. And that kindness did not stop there. Over the next 13 years, my friends, my classmates, brought joy, laughter, smiles, and kindness into my life that brightened up even the darkest moments. And going from there, I continued to file through my memories, and I realized something else. How courageous we were. We knew how to stand up for what we believed in. No matter the situation, no matter the topic, our class knew how to stand up and speak out. Whether it was something irrelevant, like LeBron James being the greatest NBA player of all time, or something even greater, like global warming, sexual and racial inequalities, or mental health, our class knew how to stand up and speak out. Look at the impact our class has already had on our community. We were part of the creation of the Black Student Union, which pushed back against the racial inequalities that face our society. We are all part of a standing up against cancer, mental health, and so many other topics that are close to our hearts. So we were courageous, we were kind, but something greater than this, both of them combined, was strength, resilience, the ability to battle back when everyone else has counted us out. Personally, when I was 13, as many of you know, I was diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer called Ewing sarcoma, which attacked my ribs. In the midst of 17 rounds of chemotherapy and 5 surgeries, I had lost hope. Now, many of you know me as a happy-go-lucky guy, but I had lost my friends, sports, school, and even my family for times during all the nights in the hospital, and I had lost it all in a matter of weeks. The value came from these hopeless times. I learned to value the little things in life that brought me joy even when nothing else would. I learned to value my time with my friends, not knowing it would be taken away from me again. I learned how to value my father, mother, and sister even more as they took on the fight and I did not have the strength to. But that's just my story. We each have our stories, we each have our fight. Whether it was cancer, depression, racial and sexual inequalities, cultural and social norms, or deaths of fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, or fellow classmates, including Muhammad Hassan. We have all gone through it, and we have all gotten stronger because of it. And the greatest part of it is, it has transcended every border. It does not matter what race, sexual orientation, gender, religion you are. It does not matter how smart, athletic, or musically talented you are. We all have that strength, and we all have that fight. So as we leave here, even though we're not together, I ask you to remember that fight. I ask you to stay kind, stay courageous, and stay resilient. Thank you, class of 2020, for letting me grow up alongside of you. And thank you for showing me what it means to be Burnsville strong. Let's graduate.
Thank you, Sean. Presenting our second musical selection will be the Burnsville High School Freestyle Choir. Freestyle is our auditioned a cappella choir and is under the direction of Miss Kristen Fournier. They will be performing That Which Remains, composed by Andrea Ramsey and words by Helen Keller. Ladies and gentlemen, Freestyle Choir.
What we have once enjoyed, we can never lose. A sunset, a mountain baked in moonlight,
Thank you, Ms. Fournier and Freestyle Choir. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Teresa Battle. Dr. Battle joined our school district in 2019 as superintendent. As superintendent, she serves as Chief Executive Officer and Educational Leader of Burnsville-Eagan-Savage School District 191. She is deeply dedicated to ensuring all students succeed and are prepared for bright futures. It is my privilege to introduce to you Superintendent Dr. Teresa Battle.
Hello, families, friends, and soon-to-be graduates. It is my profound pleasure to introduce the student who will present the commencement address for the class of 2020. Savannah Christensen grew up in District 191, starting as a kindergarten student at Hidden Valley Elementary and then attending Eagle Ridge Junior High before coming to Burnsville High School. I had the pleasure to meet with Savannah earlier this spring through a video chat. I was struck by her kindness, grace, and intelligence. I asked her about how distance learning was going for her, asking her for one word to describe the times. She said isolating, because she loves to learn with others, collaborating and problem solving together. But Savannah also recognized that this time has helped her work independently, addressing an area of improvement for her. She shared with me another area where she's grown during her time at Burnsville High School. If she could go back and give her 9th grade self advice, she says she would have gotten involved more and earlier. Finding a way to be active in and contribute to your community is a great way to find purpose and feel at home. That self-awareness and the ability to seek growth in a time of trial will serve her well when she continues her education at North Dakota State University, where she plans to study biosystems engineering, leadership, and Spanish. Even though I've only spent a short time with her, I know Savannah will do extraordinary things in her future. I'm proud that she will represent the 191 community wherever she goes. It brings me great pleasure to welcome her now to present the 2020 Burnsville High School Commencement Address.
Welcome, Burnsville Blaze Class of 2020. What a unique 4 years this has been. From the day we walked in, breaking tradition as high school freshmen, to this day, continuing to break tradition as high school graduates. High school is typically traditional and something everyone goes through. When most adults describe their high school experience, they use words like fun, difficult, and the best or worst years of their life. I would describe the class of 2020's high school experience as all of those things. Our journey from being freshmen to now seniors has been everything but traditional. Our class was on the leading edge of so many big changes in ISD 191. We are the first class to enter the halls of BHS as freshmen, but little did we know that would be nothing compared to the change and chaos we would experience as seniors. We have been through everything, but the beautiful thing is that we did it together. The situations the world threw us into will be a big part of history, and we can be proud to say that we pushed through. The strength and resiliency of our class is astounding, and we should acknowledge that. We are special. In 4 short years, we experienced 3 superintendents, teacher contract issues, political and social scandals, major school renovations, several fires all in 1 week, really living up to the Blaze name, and of course, the most recent challenge, the COVID outbreak and all that it took from us. All of that on top of just trying to make it through high school as a kid. Sometimes we felt like guinea pigs being experimented on. So many changes or events that we didn't have control over could have made us give in to the negativity. But when we look back, that uncertainty was also our opportunity to adapt and to grow. We broke tradition, both by circumstance, but also by our own unique response to those circumstances. We were on the forefront of new technology, only when the Wi-Fi could keep up, of course. And now the whole district benefits from it because that technology is what keeps us connected both through the COVID outbreak and through every single day of our lives. We still did get to experience our senior year together. From homecoming week to senior slide that hit hard second semester. And even though it looked different at the end, we came up with creative solutions to stay connected. Things might have changed, but we overcame. Change. That's all high school is, one long change. No one is the same person now that they were 4 years ago. We grew, we learned, we stood up, and we found our voice by embracing those changes. Things seemingly out of our control, we took into our control. We had an active role in shaping our high school experience. The power of our unity and the power of our resiliency is what got us here today. I think that this unorthodox graduation ceremony only stands to demonstrate just how revolutionary we are. We may not be standing in front of thousands of people on a football field today, but that does not take away the significance of this milestone. But we didn't get here alone. Thank you to the teachers, the staff, and especially our families. You are the community that holds us up. And thank you, graduates, for the constant inspiration and drive you have in life. To the class of 2020, continue to inspire. Continue to be trailblazers for change. Continue to break old tradition and continue to be remembered. Be remembered not only for this historical and crazy year we had, but be remembered for the historical and sometimes hopefully crazy things we will do in the years to come.
Thank you, Savannah. A special time in our commencement ceremony is recognizing our valedictorians and salutatorians. Students at Burnsville High School must successfully complete at least 48 credits in high school to be eligible for this honor. This year, we have 5 individuals to recognize as salutatorians, achieving a cumulative GPA of over 3.99. Our 2020 salutatorians are Siri Erickson Green, Liliana Murphy, Laura Stauffer, Carrie Schaefers, and Amy Utter. Congratulations to our 2020 salutatorians. This year, Burnsville High School has 15 students who have earned at least 48 credits and maintained a 4.0 GPA. Our 2020 valedictorians are Hannah Bonneville, Savannah Christensen, Megan Diggin, Sean Florsch, Abigail Fors, Michaela Hadorf, Audra Hawkinson, Kent Levu, Christine Mina, Madeline Moore, Oriana Penaloza Ortega, Samuel Skonsing, Katie Struzik, Sierra Walker, and Molly Wilmert. Congratulations to our 2020 valedictorians. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time and my privilege to present the members of the 64th graduation class from Burnsville High School. On behalf of the school board and the faculty of Burnsville High School, I certify that these seniors from the class of 2020 have met all of the requirements of School District 191 and the state of Minnesota. They are each entitled to a diploma as an indication of being a graduate of Burnsville High School. Superintendent Battle, I ask you to accept these candidates for graduation.
Principal Helke, on behalf of the Burnsville-Eagan-Savage School District 191 Board of Education, I accept these candidates for graduation. At this time, I want to acknowledge and thank all of the members of the Board of Education for the work they do on behalf of District 191 and our community. They are Chair Abigail Alt, Vice Chair Eric Miller, Clerk Darcy Schatz, Treasurer Dr. D.D. Currier, Director Leslie Chester, Director Jen Holwiger, and Director Scott Hume. Before I share my message for the class of 2020, I'd like to introduce Board Chair Abigail Alt to say a few words to this year's graduates.
Hello, members of the Burnsville High School class of 2020. There is no greater honor for members of the Board of Education than to participate in commencement ceremonies by presenting diplomas and congratulating each graduate. This year is certainly different from years past, but the honor is just as great. I can't see your families or your teachers, but I know they are beaming with pride. And I can't see your faces, but I know they are lit with hope and expectation for the future. You have every reason to be hopeful, despite the uncertainty we might feel at this moment. Over the years that you have been in District 191 schools, I've seen members of this class lead with empathy and compassion and service. You've shown your passion for justice and your appreciation for the strength that is found in diversity. This spring, you've shown flexibility and resilience. You are well equipped for what comes next, not just to succeed in whatever path you take, but to shape the future for yourselves and for the world around you. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Chair Alt. Members of the class of 2020, I am so grateful to be able to share this moment with you, even though we can't be together in person. About a year ago, I was named the superintendent for District 191, so this was my first school year in a job I've wanted to do for quite some time. I knew there were going to be challenges that we needed to address. Some of those challenges were ones we chose for ourselves, but I could not have expected what would happen this spring. A pandemic forced us to change how we do everything we do. It has been a challenge unlike any I've faced, a challenge that was chosen for us. This has not been the first year as a superintendent that I imagined, and I'm sure this hasn't been the last year of high school that you have imagined. I want to share with you how I responded and how we responded as a community, because I believe that this community has done beautifully, and I hope there are some lessons in that for you. When we first learned that schools would be closing, we also learned that we were required to provide free meals for children, childcare for essential workers, and distance learning for students. The first thing we did was gather as a team to make a plan and get to work. I'm fond of saying that knowledge is too vast for any one person. If I would have tried to do it myself, it would have been a disaster, but together we succeeded. You can't know everything. You have strengths and you have areas of need. So as you go forward, gather your team of friends, family, and mentors to help you make your plans and do the work. In that first meeting, in every meeting since, we remembered our values, high expectations, honoring the uniqueness of each person, integrity in our actions, and partnership. These values grounded me and grounded our district in our work. They drove how we approach problems and how we made our decisions. For instance, we could have decided that 2 meal distribution sites met the letter of the law and stopped there. But we didn't, because we knew that didn't meet the unique needs of our community members. So thanks to our food service workers and dedicated educational assistants, we didn't stop until we had 33 pickup and drop-off locations and served nearly 300,000 meals. When I say that our values grounded us, that doesn't mean that we were rigid. We had to be flexible. We had to respond to a situation that changed every day and sometimes every hour. We all felt it. So much was happening that days felt like weeks and weeks felt like months. Our values weren't an anchor that kept us safe in the harbors. Our values were the rudder that let us steer a true course. As you go forward, let your values guide you and help you find your true path. The last thing I want to share from my experience this spring is that I had to accept that some things are out of my control. And that's not always easy. It can feel overwhelming when you are not in control of some things, but it can be just as empowering to let go of those things and focus on what you can control. I didn't choose this challenge, and neither did you. But each of us gets to choose what we do with the challenges we're given. I challenge you to choose kindness even when the world seems cruel, to choose patience when everything tells you to rush, and to choose hope even when things seem hopeless. You will hear this a lot, but you really are a special class, and I have high expectations for all of you. With your team to support you and your values to guide you, I know you'll do extraordinary things with the time you are given. So thank you and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Thank you, Superintendent Battle and Chair Alt. Our first teacher reading graduate names this evening will be Jen Waller.
Rowan Abdallah Abdallah. Bisharo Isi Abdi. Fuad H. Abdi. Mohammed Abdullahi Abdi. Nihal Abdul Qadir Abdi. Zachariah Aiden Abdi. Kosar Ahmed Abdullah. Hibu Muhammad Abdullahi. Abdirahim Muhammad Abdullahi. Ayan Adan Abdullahi with distinction. Khalid Adan Abdullahi. Rama Muhammad Abdullahi. Sumaya Hamza Abdulrahman. Dagmawit Ababao. Atagoki David Abayadan. Leah Haluf Abra. Shema Abdihakim Abukar. Deka Nur Adam. Ilhan Abdulrazak Adan. Michaela Diane Addis. Yaroon Addisu. John Leonid Afanasyev. Alejandro Miguel Aguilar. Nancy Avicelli Aguilar Lopez. Grant Timothy Ashan. Anne Ifyaluwa Ajayi. Abitimi Victory Ajube. Sarah Al-Hilwani. Rodrigo Alanis Ayala. Jacob Lynn Alba. Asha Abdirazak Ali. Laban Qadar Ali. Shaib Abdullahi Alibar. Caden Connor Allen with distinction. Aliyah Esther Nakuthula Ali. Nathan Chang Anderson. Aurora Rose Anderson. Cody James Anderson. Hannah Marie Anderson. Joseph Robert Anderson with distinction. Kyler Callahan Andrews. Laban Yassine Anad. Julia Lynn Archibald. Isaiah P. Atkinson. Austin Charles Awney with distinction. Annalise Nicole Austin with distinction. Ushmil Sharman Azad with distinction. Haley Rose Bacon. Zamzam Shamsuddin Badri with distinction. Brittany Tamara Bahena Juarez. Sophia Bach. Jet J. Baldwin. Keegan G. Baldwin. Suraj Balgobin. Stephanie Bart Plang. Isaac Todd Bartle. The next teacher name reader is Will Morgan.
Osman A. Bashir. Abigail Vivian Bollicky with distinction. Mitchell William Beckett Groth with distinction. Corey Hung Bell. Munda Borami Ben. Kalen Anthony Benford. Catherine Nicole Berge with high distinction. Joseph Gregory Berger. Aliada Tekli Bain. Angel Amir Marie Billingsley. Kayla Renee Bishop. Anthony Blass. Davin Edmund Blix. Ross Michael Beckoff, Jr. Matthew James Bollinger. Hannah Patricia Bonneville with high distinction. Bennett Roman Boats. Zachary William Branham. Lucas Richard Brinkman. Andre Earl Brown, Jr. Tucker Luke Brown. Hannah Michelle Buchanan. Chinawat Buniti. Adam James Burkholder. Dalton Allen Burns with distinction. Grace Elizabeth Burton. Randy Lee Callan with distinction. Eduardo Santana Cardoso. Jacob Thomas Carlson. Maxwell Christian Carlson. Alexis Nicole Carpenter. Luis Alfredo Carrion Casares. Cordell M. Carter. Rolando Nicholas Carter. Zoe Bridget Chadwick with distinction. Savannah Marie Christensen with high distinction. Kaya Jean Christofferson with high distinction. Damian Salvatore Sorelli Marquez. Sebastian Vincenzo Coco with distinction. Sawyer Jefferson Conrad. Jonathan Cortez Contreras. Allison Marie Coughlin with distinction. Ryan Crawford. Charles Lee Christ. Wendy Cuatro Velasquez. Brennan Michael Curtis. Asha Hussein Dahir. Aisha Mustafa Dahir. Mumtaz Abdulkadir Dahir. Carly Joanne Dahl with distinction. Madeline Marie Dahl. Julia Grace Dam. Chase Connor Danielson. Arthur Trung Dao with distinction. Samia Huran Dawid. The next teacher name reader is Kim Herod.
Delaney Joe Davidson. Aaron Charles Ethan Davis with distinction. Angie C. Delau. Marcus Christian Delius with distinction. Camille Lachey Dennis Bond. Hannah Bai Desu with distinction. Megan Amber Diggin with high distinction. Jelena Shirai Dodd. Rory Thomas Donahue with distinction. Mate Christopher Draper with distinction. Ariana Kathleen Driscoll Sherland. Mitchell John Drobnik. Amar Abdul Karim Duale. Talasha Linny Nishaya Dulani. Neil Duong Duong. Ariana M. Edwards. Audrey Elizabeth Erickson with distinction. Matthew Alejandro Erickson. Siri Iris Erickson Green with high distinction. Jocelyn Espinoza Garcia. Josie Louise Evgen. Faiza Mohammed Farah. Fatuma Hassan Farah. Daniela Fernandez Galiendo. Amy Cecilia Fernandez Ramos. Zabian Alec Robert Fletcher. Yasmin Bree Fluellen. Sean Michael Florsch with high distinction. Jamie Alfonso Flores Romero. Aiden Thomas Forbes. Abigail Lynn Fors with high distinction. Leo Nicholas Fox. Devana Juanita Francis. Ashley Elizabeth French. Kathleen D. Fritz. Isabella May Furr. Connor David Funk with distinction. Daniel Anatoly Gamuyanov. Kayla Renee Pearl Gant. Jocelyn Garcia Aguirre. Michelle Garcia Herrera. Destiny Justine Candice Gardner. Francesca Rosanna Garaffa with distinction. Christopher Adam Garrity with high distinction. Fatima America Garza Ramon with high distinction. Adam Abshir Gailey. Nadira Faisal Gailey with distinction. Matthew Donald Gerner. Emily May Gibson. Teresa Devani Renee Glasgow. Jaden Elliott Gallagher Glasson. Fatima Gomez Puente. Alexandra Gonzalez Cardosa. DeAndre Lamoris Gordon. Regina Yvonne Grande Martinez. The next teacher name reader is Matt Eppen.
Troy Robert Goodmanson. Yasmin Anissa Gutierrez. Wendy Kerwa Gutwa. Amy Michelle Ha. Megan Mary Hawsey with distinction. Daniel John Habiger. Michaela Laura Hadorf, with high distinction. Audra Lane Hawkinson, with high distinction. Catherine Jane Hall. Simone Olivia Hall. Wala Mohammed Hamza. Hannah Hanjia. Brianna Marie Hanegraaff, with high distinction. Sonita Flower Hang. Josie Rena Hannikin. Joshua Andrew Hansen. Morgan Riley Hansen. Rebecca Claire Harder, with distinction. Marshall Jeffrey Harrison. Abdallah Musaf Hashi. Najib Farhan Hassan. Ogle Mohammed Hassan, with high distinction. Cole William Hawkins, with high distinction. Candace Aaliyah Hayward Hubbard. Trayton James Hazelbaker. Emma Joy Heary, with high distinction. Samuel Lee Howard Hino. Aaron Nicole Helgested. Ethan Michael Hemish. Casey Mary Hennessy. Carissa Renee Henry, with distinction. Cassidy Marie Henry. Samuel James Herman. Alexander Rumberto Hernandez. Kevin Manuel Hernandez. Erica Guadalupe Hernandez Ramirez. Jacqueline Hernandez Rodriguez. Jenny Janelle Hernandez Clemente. Mohammed Ahmed Hersey. Megan Rose Germstead, with distinction. Anderly Haladen, with distinction. Kevin Kang Huang. Brianna Lee Hovet, with distinction. Ian Timothy Hofford. Laquan Terrell Holcomb Jr. Faye Quinn Honorman. Megan Faith Hopkins. Leah Ann Hopperstad. Kyle Jacob Hortenbach. Amelia Grace Hovde. Nathan J. Ivan Howard. Mai Lynn Hubbard. Dylan John Hunter. Najane Shania Hunter. Hussein Ahmed Hussein. Samira Shoembe Hussein. The next teacher name reader is Teresa Muser.
Muna Ahmed Ibrahim. Nasteho Hussein Ibrahim. Hanad Mohammed Ismail. Marwa Bashir Ismail. Sandra K. Jack with distinction. Braden William Jansen. Casey Jean Jensen. Nicole Lynn Jensen. Gabriel Adam Johnson. Haley Johnson. Lucas James Johnson. Mackenzie Ann Johnson. Noah Shalom Jones Brown. Jimmy A. Jones Duke. Josiah Ronaldo Jordan. Joel David Jobert Jr. Noah Arlen Juliar. Aaron John Cabot. Christopher John Kalina. Anwar Nasir Karshe. Grace Marie Kaufman with high distinction. Allison Patricia Keating. Samuel Edward Keefe. Elizabeth Marie Keller. Luke Richard Kempf. Monica Kiohavang. Alana Tathida Kiokathan. Jasmine Dasani Kelpasit. Devante Ketnam. Abdirazak Khalif. Abduwali Khalif. Victor Robert Kamunkaun. Brianna Dooley Kiefer with distinction. Panera Kim. Ray J. Keithan Kim with distinction. Brian Park King. William Michael King Jr. Connor Dane Kirchhoffner. Lauren Patrice Klein. Caitlin May Kleider. Matthew Thomas Knox. Jack Knutson. Chase Lewis Koger. Kenzo Philip Koga. Isaac Dalton Korleski. Max Daniel Kortenhoff with distinction. Ashley Elizabeth Koshman. Malia Lynn Cry. Charles Emmanuel Kruger. Megan Alicia Keither with distinction. Riley Lucas Coots. David William Lake Jr. Michelle Knock Lane. Gerson Alexander Lara Cruz. Rebecca Carly Larson with high distinction. Maya Lynn Latvala with distinction. Emily Shea Lawrence. The next teacher name reader is Jeff Nelson.
Kent Dean Levu with high distinction. Angela Leem. Karen Ledesma. Alexandra Grace Lee. Jean-Roch Pierre Leger. Gabriel Joshua Barber Lee. Sarah Elena Leibniz. Topaz Liza Ann Lewis. Lila Grace Licklider with distinction. On My Lean with high distinction. Cameron John Limberg. Camilo Andres Linan Turian. Roy Sheen Liu with high distinction. Corey Raymond Lockman. Brendan Cole Loftus Dimon. Isabel Joy Logis. Hannah May Long. Hannah Lopez. Leanne Stephanie Lopez Clemente. Leslie Lopez Cortez. Amira Luis Lopez Ali. Matthew Kuij Lure. Calissa Ann Lawrenson with distinction. Aaron William Lossy. Jakaya Jaree Love. Lucas Alexander Love with high distinction. Christopher Andrew Lowry. Christian McKay Lloyd. Abigail Tapia Lozano. Isabella Maitra Liu, with distinction. Daniela Fernanda Lucero Cardenas. Janice Lizette Luebert. Nathan Matthew Lund, with high distinction. Mark Thomas Lynch. Odacia Nina Monea Mack. Grayson McPhee. Dustin John Magnus. Nawal Abdelgadir Muhammad. Jim Mai. Christine Wateto Maina, with high distinction. Fatima Yasmin Marin. Axel Marquez. Meadow Marie Martel. Rosa Idalia Martinez. Tyrese Keoma Maynard. Ryan Daniel McCormick, with high distinction. Colton Lee McKinney. Juan Carlos Medina Tellez. Luis Antonio Medina Tellez. Charlie Johan Mejia, with high distinction. Erica Rochelle Mendoza Sanchez. Asma Walid Manis. Ella Joanne Menke. Connor Alan Mully. Emma Quinn Meyer, with distinction. Aiden Mesmeret Mesmer. The next teacher reader name is Colleen Coleman.
Mara Hensina Mashalik. Ashley Renee Miller. Lucas David Miller. Rachel Elizabeth Miskowitz. Ahmed Mohammed. Amina J. Mohammed. Faisa Hussein Mohammed. Ishmael Mose Mohammed. Omar Abdihodan Mohammed. Selma Hussein Mohammed. Zamzam Abdullahi Mohammed. Madeline Amelia Moore, with high distinction. Ryan Williams Makandu. David Grigorev Monroy. Ciclali Montes Pacheco. Josue Ramses Mores Loesa. Jarrett Charles James Masotti with distinction. Jordan Thomas Moss. Leah Gaujon Mua. Jonathan Ruben Munez Helverson. Rahi Tariq Murdoch. Liliana Faith Murphy with high distinction. Jasmine Jade Murrell. Marianne Angelie P. Musni. Casey Michael Myers with distinction. Fiorella Navarro Rodriguez. Greta Luella Nelson with high distinction. Zachary Patrick Nelson. Aubrey Ann Winter Nelvin. Parker Anthony Neville. Avian Tin Win. Dot Tan Win with distinction. Matthew Thomas Win with high distinction. Ryan Austin Win. Ryan Lamb Win with distinction. Stephen Long Win with distinction. Money Singh Neiber. Jabril Faisal Noor. Austin Corby Novak Stum. Abdirahman Hashi Noor. Ifnan Ahmed Noor. Colin Chika Uzi. Brianna Violet O'Brien with distinction. Lydia Opew Obang. Carter Thomas Odegaard with distinction. Kaylana Tida O'Nally. Nancy Ortega Herrera. Frida Abdurrahman Asman. Marwa Ubas Osman with high distinction. Gavin Nathaniel Osterhaus. Amon Elias Pulomo. Areli Pasteur. Edwin Paz Flores. Cole Axel Pearson. Carson Douglas Pilak. Karen Pena Sanchez. Oriana Nazareeth Penalosa Ortega with high distinction. The next teacher reader is Les Moffitt.
Dayton Ty Penn. Juan Jesus Perea Corona. Lus E. Perez Munguia. Joshua Peter Persad. Kevin Persad. Christina K. Persinger with distinction. Chance Richard Persons with distinction. Jacob David Peters. Hyatt Allen Peterson. Naomi Peterson. Alexis Grace Pfiffner. Brittany Ninda Fetdara. Yodahit Filipos with distinction. Brady Scott Phillips. Pala Bapvada Forn. Austin Joel File with distinction. Nathan Lloyd Pladson. Michelle Pliego Juarez. Evan Eugene Plummer. Jaden Alejandro Polanco. Tiansu Sinov Pamanis with distinction. Sothiri Pong. Natalie S. Portillo Romaldo. Allison Marie Portwood with distinction. Noah Thomas Prendy. Liang Hakmuni Form. Grace Karubo Ragira. Kaylee Nicole Ryer. Abby Lynn Reichert. Destiny Estella Ramos. Eduardo Ramos Cruz. Shivani Usha Leon Rath with high distinction. Kenna Marie Rautio. Simraj Ravindran. Derek Matthew Reed. Dylan Christopher Reed. Mitchell Riley Romarsik. Hilda Reza Moranchel. Samuel Douglas Rode with distinction. Landon Jean Rochelo Schulteis. Kayleone Rodriguez Andino. Stain Rogers. Charles Todd Root Hepner. Daniel Xavier Rosenberg. Isela Guadalupe Ruiz. Edward Nikolaevich Runov. Rachel
Anne Ryan, with distinction. Austin Sergeyevich Rybakov. Annabelle Rose Sachs. Amal Abdurrahman Saeed, with distinction. Nathaniel Nebayu Samuel. Josie Evelyn Sanchez. Brianna Mia Sanders. Avery Lillian Sawchuk, with distinction. Carrie Lynn Schaefers, with high distinction. Reagan Joe Scher. Austin Chad Schuneman. Our next teacher reader will be Marie Hansen.
Jessica Marie Schmid, with high distinction. Alyssa Burr Schmidt. Sarah S. Schoenborn. Jake Brian Scouten. Livia Ray Selby, with high distinction. Mason Jung So. Crystal Ruby Serrano. Paige Kathleen Service, with high distinction. Charity Elizabeth Settle. Dylan Nathan Settergren, with distinction. Jeremy David Shea. Brianna Lee Shearer. Tyler Lee Shields. Caitlin Morgan Simmons. Mark Anthony Simon. Samantha Renee Simon. Maya Evelyn Sims. Samuel Henrik Skonsing, with high distinction. Damian Jonathan J. Sloan Steuven. Noah Alexander Smetanka. Dylan Elliott Smith. Jack Vincent Smith. Maxwell Benedict Smith. Zachary Allen Smith, with distinction. Kimberly Nicole Smuck. Garrett Money Sua. Destiny Marie Spicer. Jessica Lee Spees. Joseph Richard Sproul. Samuel Gideon Stanek, with distinction. Laura Ruth Stauffer, with high distinction. Brandon Darrell Stewart, Jr. Timothy Owen Stewart. Isabella Wanoa Stewart. Jacob Warren Stone. Griffin Lund Strander. Vince Austin Strasovich. Kaylee Lynn Stratton with high distinction. Austin Thomas Strobridge. Katie Jo Struzik with high distinction. Moti Ivana Suba. Sumaya Abdi Sudi. Joshua Carl Swanson with high distinction. Tariq Ali Taharka. Braden Carl Tahiri. Nodir Jamal Tashtoush. Jordan Lucas Taylor. Namtip Tai Panyavong with distinction. Zain Fathi Thomer. Reed Robert Thoma with distinction. Alexander John Thomas. Amari Ari Thompson. Anna Isabel Thompson with distinction. Janae Marquise Thompson. Natalie Catherine Thorison with distinction. Margaret Susan Thunderhawk. Alexa Lee Tinder with distinction. And our next reader will be Pete Feig.
Kiana Thweet Toe. Jordan Carl Tompkins. Keziah Zinzi Iram Tuvi. Geraldi Torres Quate. Sarah Elizabeth Tosher with distinction. Anthony Tran. Teen Dan Tran. Treat Kim Min Tran. Javier Omar Trevino. Connor Richard True. Karen 2 with distinction. Joseph Henry Tucci. Annette Romina Tercios. Madison Caitlin Turner with distinction. Atechachpratna All. Stephanie Chizum Umez with distinction. Cedric Chuala Ung. Timothy John Erlob with distinction. Amy Elizabeth Utter with high distinction. Kaylee Paige Vanderwerf. Jefferson Jason Vargas Bustamante. Daniel Vazquez. Brandon Michael V. Idany Villa Duque. Oscar M. Villatoro Romero. Lucas Anthony Volk. Tyler John Walber. Delamy Roberta Wald. Sierra Ann Walker with high distinction. Christian Alexander Walls. Amber Jane Ward. Avery Lynn Ward. Autumn Carol Ward Shoden. Shamsuddin Abdiaziz Warsami. Arian N. Washington. Emma Margaret Waverneck. Anthony Philip Webster Drummer. Brianna Mackenzie Weichman. Tanner Thomas Westrom with distinction. Jacob Ray Weaver. Johann Allen Whipple. Emma Ann White with distinction. Molly Ann Wilmert with high distinction. Ethan Bradley Wilson. Parker William Wilson. Evan John Wichow. Ryan Richard Woolmuth with distinction. Barakat Lema Wundimu. Mecca Woodard. Zachary Thomas Wright with distinction. Nazari Yeremichuk. Zemin Berhane Johannes. Hipak Jama Yusuf. Miski Abdiweli Yusuf. Roble Mohammed Yusuf. Corey Christopher Zom. Joel Lee Zucker Jr.
As principal of Burnsville High School, I now designate you as year 2020 graduates. Please move your tassel from the right to the left side of your cap. Graduates, please stand tall and proud. Families and friends of graduates of 2020 shower them with praise and honor for all their accomplishments. Congratulations, class of 2020. You have a lot to be proud of. Thank you for joining us this evening, and celebrate safely.